a beautiful afternoon to all of you who are just joining us. Yes, we just started actually. My name is Rose Blossom and you're welcome to your favorite social media program, The Buzz. I am Rose Blossom. Now, to watch this program live, you just go to our Google app or you go to Play Store and download Galaxy Television from there. Just type in Galaxy Television and watch this program live. Today is going to be quite interesting. Now, funny enough, the topics I had stipulated for today, we might have to have a little bit of diversion because, like I said on Monday, I said we're going to have to talk about Natasha from Monday till Wednesday. And I did not know that Natasha had a game coming up already for us, which gonna make her very relevant in the media because she's not ready to let the injustice to stand, as she said just about on Monday, I think, or yesterday. Okay, so I have an amazing guest with us. Two amazing guests. I'll start with my senior journalist and of course our senior lecturer. His name is Nuruddin Ademir. Welcome to the program, sir.
Good afternoon and good afternoon to our viewers.
Yes, good afternoon. Okay, and we also have Segun Shopiton, who is the chairman of Boat Art Network. Welcome to the show, sir. It's good to have you.
It's good to be here. Happy International Women's Day.
And it's true.
Well, it's a month for women.
Yeah, so. It's your month, only you.
Yeah, only us. Do you realize that but do you realize that in the whole year,
yes,
women can be celebrated about 100 days?
No, good women watch it. It needs to be celebrated.
But why is it that men are always like you guys have like
let us be fair. We don't even care. Even all the 365 days, 366 days belongs to you. Nobody is contesting that.
Okay, I love that.
Because one thing here is that the only just thing we have to segregate is this, that the celebration of Women's Day is not to all women.
Of course.
So good women, good wives, good mother, good daughters, good nieces, good grandmothers. So, because we need to be streamlining it, because nowadays, we've seen those people that are not even women. They may have the structure of a woman, but at the same time, in terms of the structure and the behavior that you expect from a builder of a society, do you know that if a woman should raise somebody, it's like raising the world. That is what it means.
I think we will just scatter this table.
But to all the good women there, I'm not talking about those ones that will go be their husbands, those ones that will sacrifice their husband on the altar of anything. I'm not talking about the one that will make sure that the children, they face their father, blacklist their father. So all those good women there, we celebrate you not only this month, throughout the year and every day. They need to be celebrated.
Thank you for celebrating us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so moving on now to be part of the show. Emmanuel, please kindly display the number, the studio line on the screen so that our amazing viewers could call in and send in text message. Now, there is a protocol. If you have to send text messages or you have to call, you make sure that you indicate your name and where you are calling from. And also, while you're doing that, while you're sending your text messages, make sure you mention your name, state your name, and of course where you're texting from. So yes, you're welcome to the show again. So we're talking about Happy International Women's Day, and we're talking about Women's Day. Let's just quickly go over to Natasha's story. Yes, I wanted to go over what happened, the suspension, the 6 months, but no, let's not do that. Let's talk about Natasha Uduaghan, who took the sexual harassment to another level. Now, she took it to the Inter-Parliamentary Union in the New York. Of course, there is a video, but I will not be playing the video because if I do that, our time will be far spent. But of course, we know that she was very emotional. And when I saw that video, I felt two things at a point. I felt the pain that of women having to go through things. Women who have gone through this, they don't have the right to talk. They are not even being threatened. They don't have the right to talk. They don't think they have this push. There's no backup. There's nothing driving them to be vocal about it. And some people have been like that, and they are taking it in a good faith because maybe they have their own end game. They have something in return they get. But at the same time, she feels like somebody is trampling on my intelligence, on my civic rights, on the fact that I know that even if I've done all of this wrong, You see this part? I don't want it to just be swept under the carpet like maybe every other woman. So I felt that from just an emotional stand at the International Parliamentary. So my question is, what are your thoughts? I'll ask you, Nuruddin, what are your thoughts about she taking it internationally? Do you think she was really, really trying to make a call, like a vocal call for women in general, or she really just wants to get her justice right? And at the same point, she mentioned something. She said she feels like, in not her words for words, but like she feels like she's not safe because the people she's fighting with are the people in power, and they have this, and everything. So she's crying for help, and at the same time, she's trying to say she might even get arrested because of all of this. But what are your takes? What are your takes?
Nobody can arrest her for anything. As much as we think democracy has not done things to us, there is what we call court of public opinion. And that one has risen. I tell people, it is not about Natasha for me. It is not about Natasha. I'm not supporting Natasha. I'm supporting good governance. If you are going to have good governance, we must be fair to all parties, to everybody. If a senator accuses another senator who happens to be the class captain, it is important for that particular allegations to be investigated. Because she thinks he cannot get justice within the Senate, she moves to the court. Although the court has not all for the time to hear the case, and she moved to where is a place to talk about issue of the Senate, if not interparliamentary sitting.
Yeah.
She's still in order. One of the lines that she put first is that it's not that she's trying to bring Nigeria down, but this issue needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
And I sympathize with women in politics, especially in that House of Senate. Although I was disturbed with what comes from the mouths of other female senators, even the First Lady of Nigeria. Look, nobody is saying everybody should side Natasha. No, we don't even need. But substance of that particular matter, that allegation is what I'm after. And two, if somebody talked not in front of our seat, and that person can go for 6 months suspension. Omo Agege was alleged to brought dogs into the Senate chamber, took the mess away, was not suspended for 6 months. In fact, he went to court to challenge. Then secondly, Senate is going in a wrong direction. Why did I say that? I am a proponent of the constitutionalism. I don't want to know what the court says. Even if it's a drunkard that is the judge, it must be obeyed. We've seen a situation where there is a judgment and there is a precedent.
Yeah.
That Senate has no right to suspend any senator. Some people are saying 14 days. There is a judgment of the Supreme Court and it's still standing that you don't have any right to suspend. The only thing they can do is this: all the stipends that is coming from the Senate, you can withhold that one.
Okay.
You cannot stop her from sitting. And thank God that she has gone to court. She needs to challenge that in court because that is the precedent and it's from the Supreme Court. So when you now have Senate that does not obey our court, even a court order on the day they are going to suspend her, a court order from court of competent jurisdiction, and it's not followed. No. Then we are not practicing democracy. Mind you, what differentiates military government from democratic government is the rule of law. Yes. So when we don't follow that rule of law, but one thing there is this, and I will still say it, all the allegations put up by Natasha, I pray and I want to believe he has evidence. I want to believe he has evidence. If he has evidence, he's just like a skit maker on Facebook that was telling people, I have a lot of evidence, and he dropped one, just one. The person that was saying he's going to sue him, come back and say he apologized. I love when people ask facts. If she has evidence,
Okay.
I'm with her. But one thing that is not because she's a woman. No.
So, but do you think for her to have gone to the International Parliamentary, do you think she must have had the evidences for her to have gone that far?
Well, I can't say, because we've seen situations in which some people cry to the high heaven. At the end of the day, when they get to court, they cannot send anything. But one thing there is, I think she has done very well. She has taken it away to the international community. Even if international community cannot do anything to those people involved, or those people they think or alleged to have done something, at least they can ban them from traveling from one country to another. At least we've seen a situation that our chief of army staff was not allowed to travel, and now we'll pay them. You know, they love to leave our country, go to another country. They should use that one to punish them. They can go to another country, but that particular country of their choice. So, and that is the thing. But one thing there is that it shows the kind of thing we have for women. I can still believe. I know a particular woman in Bauchi at that particular time. She was the only woman. Could you believe that she was suspended throughout? House of Assembly, only one woman. Only one, just one woman. Because she raised some certain things. And that is the end. Look, what our politicians are doing for women in politics. I'm telling you, the one in the south here is still okay. But when you go up, but this one is nationally.
Yeah.
National Senate. And at the time for what is important, I want the issue to be investigated. And the case in court, I don't want them to sort it politically. We must get to the root of that matter. Is Natasha lying against the Senate president? Or she's still on her right? We want to know. They should not solve it politically, because I know by the time they call themselves now, you see a letter of apology, it's taken back. They will now know the issue of harassment. I'm interested in that issue of harassment.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I love your analysis. Okay, we have a lot of calls coming in. Please keep your calls coming in very soon. When I get to hear what my second guest has to say, then we'll talk to you. Already somebody has sent well done, but you did not mention your name or where you sent that text message from. Thank you also. He said a lot of things. Do you agree with that, or you have another perspective entirely to this whole issue?
I think for me, it's look, the most important things in this issue are the fundamental things that make society worth living. And if we lose sight of that, we lose track of that, then we're lost. There's a lot of debate raging in different places over this matter. The reactions are, we run a patriarchal society, right? A society where the man, kinds of calls the shots. And kinds of calls from this. Yeah, every single thing that you see happening in any society. Trust me, there's a man behind much of it. But generally speaking, society is structured in women and men build power. And I think because of that, it's absolutely critical to ensure that we protect, we must set out as an objective first to protect our most vulnerable and our weakest. Women, there's a ceiling, there's the glass ceiling that is naturally placed over women's heads. In most societies in the world, I know even some women who tell you, nobody can stop me, nobody can listen to you, you're deceiving yourself. Because there are limits. There are places you just simply cannot enter, just by virtue of the fact that you're a woman. Right? Yeah. So, the result of that, I'm a bit sensitive to these types of issues. And I think that when a woman comes out to make an allegation bordering on harassment, whether it's sexual or physical or whatever, we must listen. Yes. We have to listen. We can't throw it overboard, shove it under the carpet or anything. Because these things are real. I'm a man and I know that men wield power over women in this area. Right? So when a woman comes out and says that, of course we must not be oblivious to the fact that some women play it up. And sometimes they lie about it because they know that society will do it. But either way, the duty of any civil, structured, well-behaved society is you must listen. You must keep the principle of fair hearing. You cannot joke with it. And that's why in this matter, I'm not necessarily pro Natasha. I just feel that she has not been given fair hearing.
Yes.
Why? If the Senate president has nothing to hide, he will be the one demanding investigation.
Yes.
He will be the one to say, what? How dare you make this type of grievous allegation against the woman?
So that means the statement where he asked or questioned other females in the Senate, asking them, have I ever sexually
No,
harassed?
they will say yes. No. I mean, that is...
They said no. So is that not...
absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
That is insulting our collective intelligence and sensibility as a society.
Okay.
How can you, as a man of power, the number 3 citizen in this country, you now stand in a public place and say, have I harassed any of you?
After you've been elected
to say yes. Who can say yes there? Even if he is not a powerful man, nobody is going to stand in the public glare and now confront him and say, no, you harassed me now. How can? So that was trivializing. That's stupid. With all due respect. I'm sorry for the use of that word. It's ridiculous. So what needs to happen? And I'm glad that Natasha is doing all that she's doing. Because what she's doing is that she's refusing to be silenced.
Yes.
That's all. So she's looking for other platforms and avenues for her voice to be heard. So she's going to court. The court cases are pending because there are multiple cases. There's a case of defamation against the Senate president. There is a court order that she has gone to seek to prevent them from suspending her, pending when they hear the substantive case against her. Right? I mean, she's brought against the Senate. That one is also pending. And she feels, in spite of that court order, they have suspended me. Therefore, she has taken it a step further and gone international. And I think it's a beautiful. I don't know, some people are saying she was ill-advised. She kind of lost me a bit with her display of emotion.
Yes.
During that speech. I like it. Because I felt, look, you are taking a very bold, strong move as a strong woman. Hold yourself strong with your head held high. Dignity, right? You may be feeling those emotions. It is true.
But do you think that tears is just... do you think it's a sign of weakness?
People will do. People are going to either accuse her of crocodile tears or accuse her of weakness. And I feel that in a way that didn't really help her case. But it's okay. If she was feeling that emotion, if she was feeling that emotion, it's okay if she felt she needed to express. I would have preferred that she stay strong.
She stay strong and not show that part.
So right now, what must happen is a must. The Senate president. Look, the 2 cases, we must remember, the 2 cases are different.
Yes.
There is the case upon which she was suspended.
Yes.
The unruliness. And refused to follow the rules of the Senate.
That one is personal.
They suspended her. Okay, fair enough. But she has accused the Senate president of sexual harassment. What has happened to that petition? She laid the petition before the House. Before the House. Right? In the presence, she bowed down and laid it before the House. They said she wanted some people to sign it.
Of course, yes.
She brought another one.
So what has happened to that petition now? Where is it? For me, rounding up, they must constitute either an ad hoc committee or send it to the Ethics and Privileges Committee for proper investigation. And the result of that investigation must be public. So why? We need her to come forward and prove her allegation or fail to do so. So all those saucy SMS, WhatsApp messages that may have been exchanged, she should screenshot it. All the calls of, hello, let's go to this place. I'll take care of you. You know I love you now.
She will go to network provider.
She can go to network provider. I agree with that. They will release the transcript. Yes. She should see it. And when the evidence is being presented to the House, the Senate president must refuse himself, must stand down and let the deputy Senate president take over the sitting proceedings for that day. This is what needs to happen to show that we are a decent society. All the people, I say shame on everybody that is vilifying this woman without at least listen to her. Let her come out and prove her case or fail to do so. Then we can decide. Now, bear in mind as I round up, I am not saying Akpabio is guilty. Yes. Because we don't have evidence. It's an allegation. It's innocent of the proven guilty. Yes. But we must get fair hearing from the person that is accusing so that she can either fail or succeed in proving allegations. And then we can move forward together as a society that is decent.
Let me have 2 things.
Very quickly, I have
another case that you did mention, Mr. Shokwiton, is this. What is the precedent on the law suspending a senator?
Okay, so
that one is because there is a law. There is a pronouncement of the Supreme Court.
There is a law.
The highest court in the land. that Senate did not have any right to suspend any senator, not even for a day. I read the judgment and I was crying that which kind of country is this? That one is one. Then two is this crying on international scene. Look, if the men in Nigeria, or let me say male politicians in Nigeria, they are cook. That they don't even care, even if you cry. But there are some men in the international community that when they see a woman crying on an allegation, she gets the sympathy of the world. And for her to have said that, because what is paining her, looking at her, is that they didn't allow me to explain myself.
Simple.
And you don't, it's just like somebody saying you are guilty, don't talk. You want to prove your don't talk, shut up your mouth.
But you know, this statement you just made about there are some people, you said Africans who don't have the heart.
Yes.
There are some people internationally, when they see a woman cry,
yes,
they can't bear it. But you know, this statement you just made now, make it seem, though she's trying to now get to these people.
No, let me tell you, look, if you cannot get justice.
Yeah.
If you cannot get justice in your home, you go outside and shout so that you can see a good Samaritan and will hear your story. And that is what she is doing. If you fail in our own Senate to listen to her, if you fail in our own country to listen to her, she has to go to interparliamentary sitting to tell the world that, look, in my house they did not allow me to. So, do you know that what she has said, apart from the evidence she did present, is the same thing she will have faced the ethics committee and say and present her facts. Okay. You understand now? Another thing again is that there is no way she can get fact with what the pronouncement that is coming from the head of that committee, ethics committee. So they need to change that man.
He should accuse himself as well.
Because he's balanced from the beginning. There is no way Natasha can get justice from him. Okay. So another thing again is this.
We need to pick. Another
thing again is that our court of law, please. The lot of women that have been harassed because of our judicial processes, they could not come out. There are some that have killed themselves. Some have committed suicide. Anytime a female, either is a senator, either is nobody, coming out and give the allegation of harassment, let us listen. It happens in university, it happens in offices. Let us always listen to them.
Okay, all right, let's quickly pick this call. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, my name is Sunday, calling from America.
Okay, Sunday, please go ahead, sir.
So, what I can contribute is that we should be very careful the way we handle and the way we talk.
Okay.
Because this woman, in her allegation that she made, said that the husband was with her in this man's house, and then the man held her hand, praying and praying. And she could not say, how can you do this? Put this hand in the presence of my husband and we walk freely, and the man said, this is when you will come and bring that. That's suspicious. You understand?
Yeah.
And there was no evidence, except she had evidence to prove. Even if she's taking foreign medicine or something. So many things that she said, since 2021, it would not have, okay, whatever this man said, let's record. You put up your phone and record it, if I said, then that will prove that truly this man has made this. But you are right. That's my own statement. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sunday. Thank you so
much. Somebody has not come out with evidence. You are saying you don't know, maybe she has. You don't know what she has now.
Okay, let's pick another call. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, that one dropped. We have a message. Okay, before the message, let me pick another call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from. Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. I can hear you. Your name and where you're calling from. Okay, he dropped that. Now, the message we got is, good afternoon, I'm Ayomide from Ogun State. Natasha must get justice because people do not usually listen to harassment reports. Anyway, that's from Ayomide. Thank you, Ayomide from Ogun State, for that one. Let's pick another call. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? You have to be fast about picking the calls. If I do not hear you, I have to pick the next call. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm calling from Shasha.
Shasha, what's your name, sir?
My name is Frank.
Frank, please go ahead, Frank.
Yes. All these things that are happening in the village, it's not now that it started. I remember the time of Natasha and Buizz wife. When he told her that we submit her. What did they do? So that one to give them a clue to what is happening in our Senate
house.
system.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello. Good afternoon. Yes. Yes, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from? You say? Oh, call help. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from, please? Lord. Oh, okay. I think it was about. Hello, can you hear me? Yes, please. What's your name and where are you calling from? This is who? Oh, your network. Evangelist who? Okay. Okay, please go ahead. What do you have to say?
Anyway, the first one, penetration cannot be a judge in some case. At least under the there was an allegation against him. As a good man, he came down, so he said, no, I'm supposed to go to my own place, get down. And they allowed me to have investigation. That's what I said from if you think we are going to, why are you to pass the judgment?
Okay.
You are become a judge. And now, the woman that before Natasha, so they are guessing. And even before you became a Senate president, you don't even supposed to be a Senate president. Because the primary proposition was fraud. So why would we not to talk of the case of harassment?
Okay.
You cannot do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, now that one is now he's saying, Avior is saying that you cannot be the judge presiding over your case. Yeah. So well, thank you very much for all our viewers. Because I can't pick more call because we need to take another topic. But hopefully we're able to say it because this is very important and I think it's very key. It's more targeted at our youth, I think, and that is the fact whereby NNCC has been asked to stop or maybe put a control to telecos not having access, people not having access to pornographic sites. I don't know if I should read this. Okay, let me just quickly have a quick read so we can understand what we're saying, then we have reactions. Okay, so the rep has directed NCC to block all pornographic sites in Nigeria. The House of Representatives has directed the NCC as of yesterday to direct internet service providers in the country to block all websites hosting obscene and pornographic content with immediate effect. The lawmakers passed the resolution following a motion sponsored by Tafoki, an All Progressive Congress lawmaker from Katsina State, moving the motion. And Tafoki argued that cyber pornography was becoming a global problem and that Nigeria, which is according to him is a religious country that prohibits against nudity and pornography, had not taken adequate steps to address it. Now, the legislator said several countries across across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East have enacted laws banning pornography. He also cited warnings from psychologists and sociologists about the negative impacts of pornography, including its potential to encourage adultery, prostitution, and addiction. Tajuddin Abbas, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, subjected the motion to a voice vote where the lawmakers voted in support of it. Now, they have directed the NNCC to impose penalties on service providers that fail to comply with the directives. Okay, I'm going to start with I'm going to start with you, Shegun. What are your thoughts about this? Well, I feel there is a positive side to this, but I do not know.
There is nothing positive about it. I am extremely upset. These guys are jokers. They don't know their job. I actually feel that people that talk about it in the camera legislature for Nigeria, they have a very strong point. I mean, these guys just move from controversial, inconsequential matter to another on a daily basis. These guys, for they're unserious people. We keep hearing about all this. I mean, what's the business of the legislature with the issue of pornography? Who gives them the right to be the moral police of society when they themselves cannot stand scrutiny? There is not one, maybe with a few exceptions, not one of those people. Majority of the 460-something legislators we have in this country. Look, the EFCC has said it, so I don't even need to mince my words. Yes. Majority of them are criminals. They are fraudsters. They are, all sorts of
different cases,
kidnappers, all sorts of things are in that place. In the words of our security agencies, not my words. So how dare they be talking about pornography? This is an issue that we need to deal with at the family unit. Parents, groom your children in a way that they understand what is right and wrong. Right? You can't legislate these things. You have to build society. So if anybody in government wants to talk about this, maybe the National Orientation Agency basically promoting good behavior, and all that in society. For a legislator to come out and move a motion, do they want to turn Nigeria to a police state? If somebody wants to watch pornography, leave him alone. I'm not supporting a case. Please understand me. I don't support it. It's bad behavior. It's very damaging and dangerous. And I actually understand the ills and how it can affect society negatively if it goes out of control. But society self-regulates. See, on moral issues, just like when we're talking about indecent dressing, it's the same position. Yeah, true. Society will self-regulate. There's a reason people hide it.
There's a reason why people don't want to know. Yeah.
If you see anybody, have you ever seen anybody watching pornography and is
in a bus or
and it allows anybody to just see him that's watching pornography?
Oh, in fact, outside the country, there was someone who was, he lost his job because while he was watching, not even really a pornography, he was seeing something that relates to nudity without knowing that his laptop was connected to.
Yes, in most workplaces, they even block access to those types of sites. Anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Society will self-regulate those types of issues. Moral issues are not issues for lawmaking. You cannot legislate morality. It's impossible. There is law, there is morals. Morals will be determined by society. So these guys need to, anyway, I'm not surprised. The quality of people that we don't send them themselves. They force themselves into the place. And somebody that in all likelihood rigged the election to enter that place is telling us that pornography, what was he talking about? Even the man himself. Let's go and check him. He watches the tape. Okay. So that's for people.
What was you saying? We have a lot of calls coming and messages still coming in too.
Well, for me, people will say that out of all the cases in front of God, the one that you now want God to take as priority is the one of smokers. Out of the cases in front of God, that the one that you want God to attend to quickly is the one of the smokers. Look, out of all the problems we have in this country, I'm not seeing a senator that will move a motion. The majority of Nigerians are falling into the trap of poverty. How can we make sure that we take them?
A lot to force the president to spend some
amount on poverty alleviation. I'm not seeing a situation. Somebody that is going to start that, look, the amounts that our children, poor parents are paying on the school fees of their children is so high. What can we do to even make sure that it reduces? I'm not seeing a senator that will stand up and say, come, majority of our youth did not have work. What can we do for them so that they can be able to have work? They cannot even make sure that in fact, if you are talking about those people in poverty, females has a larger number. What are we going to do? Is on this issue of one thing there is that I used to say it. In my own house, it's not every channel that is allowed, even on television.
Exactly.
In my own house, it has channels, apart from news channels, and it has a time. My children must watch television. So within that particular time, they know. After that time, that's the end.
That's it.
So if a family, religious association, cannot even work on that, then what's the problem of the fine? And he's saying because we are religious. Who told him that we are a religious country? Is it by church and mosques all around?
Don't mind it.
What is the behavior of somebody being religious? Where do we see it? Are we seeing it among the politicians? Are we seeing it among our leaders? Are we seeing it from parents? Are we seeing it from mothers, fathers? So one thing that is important, we want something that is going to make us develop more. Look, I used to tell some certain people, any youth that is really engaged, we will not have time for that. Oh. When you want to make money, when you are in the work from morning to night, I didn't support it. But one thing there is that what we should be discussing, that somebody will be raising motion for in the House of Senate or House of Representatives, should be something that is going to make life better.
So are we saying that this is not a good move?
The issue of increase in data, in cost, nobody raised a motion and say that all the service provider, they should be shut down if they cannot.
But NLC stood up for us. At least
which NLC? Which NLC? What has happened at the end of the day? Do you know how much about
50% of the tariff?
Which 50% of the tariff at this particular time? So one thing there is it. Although I used to say it, these people are not for us.
Okay.
They are for themselves. So, and if you want to do that, you should go back home, call all these family members, tutor them, tell them the danger in it. Let every family does that, so that at the end of the day, we will have to have a sane society. Please, what is important is that people are hungry. Your statistics on inflation, on food inflation, it is not going tandem with the reality. The figures is not correlating. No. People are hungry and people are hungry.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's pick this call. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, please, what's your name and where are you calling from, please?
My name is Buizz.
Okay, Abel, please go ahead.
I want to congratulate the last paper for that of this.
Okay.
People are hungry, people are doing a lot of necessity in the country. The House of Rep did not talk about that. They now brought their stupidity into their House of Rep by talking about harassment of sexual and other things. Here of them to come to the national issue to address the country, how the country should look forward. Just as that gentleman was saying, it touches me that the House of Rep can come to talk about sexual saga or what about saga. Let us find their godly mind and the work to what steps the movement and move forward the country. Nobody wants to hear all this mess. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, I will apologize on the language used on behalf of our viewers. But let's pick one more call before we read the last message and round up the show. Hi, good afternoon, sir. Okay, drop the call. Hello? Kindly reduce your TV set. Good afternoon. Reduce your TV set. Reduce your TV set. Okay, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, sir, please go ahead, Usman.
Yes, what's the demand that man has I just spoke by mind. You see the condition, the situation in this country. See, this senator and that country, they're not doing anything. They're just there just for their own selfish interest. According to the military are not good. But the Nigerian civilian leaders, they are the war than military. What are they doing? Look at they're killing people in Benue, in Plateau, in other places of Nigeria. Nobody's talking about it. And what are they doing? They are just, okay, how do I call them? The governors, they're giving them security here, what do I call it? But what are they using the money to do? Just to buy a house of London, 2 houses. Okay, I want to ask you a question. Since you have gone around Nigeria, have you seen any German house? The lady in that house belongs to a German man or American man. The Nigerian man with their evil mind, they'll come to London, go to UK and buy a house. How can you do that? The government of that country, and your own country, the level of hunger, the level of starvation, children are not going to school. Nobody may read the senator. How do I call that? I don't call the senator. That's why I say it. They are even the one of them are evil men of the same senator. Thank you.
Movement of the same kid.
Okay, all right. I think at this point I'm just no more calls. I've had enough. Well,
People are angry.
people are very angry. I feel the pain of the people. I feel the pain of every viewer that's called here. And I just want to appreciate your call and thank you so much for voicing out and saying your truth. And of course, I'm sure our leaders are listening and hopefully this will not pass even the first sitting or whatever. It's just going to be dropped and let them focus on the most important things that are affecting Nigeria and, the citizens. But I want to appreciate every caller and everyone who has sent text message. Okay, let me just read this one. This one says, good day, everyone. My name is Progress from Obawole. This Natasha is not the only woman in that house. Let her use her 6 months to relax a bit. Well, this one is saying another thing. Anyway, it's the opinion of everyone, which of course we are all entitled to our own opinion. But of course, if we keep it locked in next week on Monday, we'll still talk about the state and affairs of the country. I am certain there will be an update to Natasha's story. Anyways, thank you so much once again, our viewers and callers, and of course those who have sent text messages too. Also want to appreciate my guests. Thank you so much, Nuruddin, for being in the studio. Thank you so much for the analysis, and thank you so much, Shegun Shokuton. And I feel the pain of imagine having Rep to make a move, even though I feel like it's a good thing, but is that really what we should be talking about at the House of Rep? But anyways, my name is Rose Blossom. Once I come your way again tomorrow, it's gonna be relationship trending videos, trending statements, and of course a lot of people have decided to be motivational speakers and decided to be counselors and in-laws online, where we treat the trending topics and of course situations in relationship and marriage tomorrow. Until then, do have a beautiful day for yourself. My name is Rose Blossom. Have a nice day.